Parashat Terumah. The most important commandment in Parashat Terumah, and perhaps one of the most important commandments within the entire Torah. Va'asu li mikdash, they, the Jewish nation, shall make for me a sanctuary. V'shachanti b'tocham, and I shall dwell within their midst. What is the meaning of this commandment? When was it given? And what is its true symbolic idea? And since this is the mother of all synagogues and mother of all holy temples, it's important to truly try to understand what the commandment means. Within a parasha which will soon come in 2 weeks, Kitisa, there is a whole theological discussion between God, Moses, and the Jewish people, in which Moses begs of God, Yelechna Hashem b'kirbeinu. Please, let God go and be within the midst of his nation. That's really what Moses wants. And that's really what the Jewish people want. How do I know, Moses says, that I have truly found grace in your eyes, God? This is in Exodus 33, verse 16. How do I know that I and my nation, your nation, are special to you? And the only way I'll really know that is if you go with us and within us. If we, the Jewish people, are separate and apart from every other nation in the world. Now initially, God says to Moses, I cannot walk in the midst of the people. It's not good for the people that I do that. Because the moment they do something wrong, if I'm in such close proximity, I will have to destroy them. You wouldn't want me to be in your midst. And to a certain extent, here lies the proof text. They worshipped the golden calf, not long after the revelation at Sinai. And God really absented himself in a real way from the Jews. But this is what the Jews want more than anything else. And this is what they desire more than anything else. This commandment, let them make for me a sanctuary so that I may dwell within their midst, was given according to Rashi and the overwhelming majority of the Midrashim after they were forgiven for the sin of the golden calf on Yom Kippur. That's why Yom Kippur is the day of forgiveness, the 10th day of Tishrei. And once they were forgiven, and God explains himself and defines himself as a God of forgiveness, and the extent of that forgiveness is that there is one day a year, Yom Kippur, when the entire Jewish nation will always be forgiven, and every individual Jew will emerge like a newborn babe, freed from all blemish and all sin, then can come the commandment, make for me a sanctuary. I will dwell not within it. The idols dwell in the various sanctuaries for the idols. God doesn't dwell in a place. But God does dwell, and this is the great message of Jewish theology. God does dwell in the Jewish peoplehood. God is incarnate in the eternity of the Jewish nation. Just like God is eternal, therefore, the Jewish nation is eternal. That's God's promise to us as a nation. And not Vasuli Mikdash, make for me a sanctuary, so that I may dwell in the sanctuary, and the sanctuary will somehow have God within it. That's not the case. But God is within the Jewish people. And if you are looking for God, you will find Him within the special moments that gave the Jewish people its eternity. Within the moments when we received God's Torah. Within the moments that God made His being manifest to us by taking us out of Egyptian servitude, by protecting us within the wilderness of a desert, by being with us through all of our wanderings, and eventually by redeeming us, which is His ultimate promise to us and to the world. God is not in any one place, but God is within the nation Israel. God is within the soul of the nation of Israel, in the eternity of Israel. God is in the DNA of our national being. The commitment of Israel, the suffering of Israel, because we must bring a morality to a world that chafes against morality, that we must teach thou shalt not murder to a world that believes that survival is based on the ones who can murder best and the most. And the truth is that triumph will come only to those who live their lives in accordance with God's will, in accordance with compassionate righteousness and moral justice. God is within not a place, but in a people. The only eternal people, a sacred nation, and a kingdom of priest-teachers who vowed to give God's message to all of humanity. Shabbat Shalom.